What's good, YouTube? It's your lady Cynthia from @MadeForGlam876, and I'm back at it again with another video. As usual,
Christopher is here.
this is probably lowest energy I ever see me come on camera with. But this video, we're about for card. It's very hard. We can't find other words for record a video like me smoking on nuts right now. I'm gonna try still.
Alright. So, I'm sure you've all seen that we were excited, and I'm sure you guys were excited as well.
Even the same previous video, no say we get a positive pregnancy test, and if we know been following our journey, we know say it was about last year or so. We wanted to adopt the miracle baby, which was found in the Coronation Market.
Yeah.
So it's just a thing. I don't know. Just something I experienced, because first of all, let me just tell you, say the conception I received was a miracle in itself. Because for some reason, if you guys know what like endometriosis is and all of them someday, I typically have really bad cramps. So if you know me in real life, you know that. Long and short of it all is, basically I've gone through 5 OBGYNs in the past 3 years, because the goal was to find somebody who can work with me, understand my body, and just help us to get to where we needed to get to. Fortunately enough, we found that OBGYN, and before we found her, the previous OBGYN had suggested that first of all they put us back on birth control even though we were trying to conceive, and they also said chances right now gonna happen unless we got what was known as a laparoscopy done, because whatever assumption they made.
Yeah.
Anyways, we did just a mind our own business, because we did just a mind our own business on the road, and it happened. We never did train, and it just happened. Most literal form I get catch, like it just happened. Just like that. So let's start by saying this was a miracle. Alright, so may I share this with you because I already got me good news, so just as you make you know what's going on. So when you guys get a positive pregnancy test, even if you got the OBGYN, unless you're like more than 7 weeks in a sense you do no ultrasound, because when you do the ultrasound you're not going to see anything more than a little space, which is just the gestational sac.
Yeah, I think so. So some people just going to want like a black spot on anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna have no embryo, no fetus, no nothing.
You just gonna see one little sac, because at that time it's not visible. So basically when we found out and went to the OBGYN, we did fresh, like just a few weeks in. So we actually found out pretty early. So we did go through a little morning sickness, and that's when we started giving the update on the first trimester.
Mm-hmm.
That video was recorded at about 6 weeks. Alright, so we were about 8 weeks when we were scheduled to come in and do our other ultrasound, which was for the heartbeat, because when you get to 7 weeks,
6 weeks, the heartbeat's supposed to come in.
7 weeks or so.
Yeah.
The heartbeat, even though it's just a little something, like a little
yeah,
grade.
but the baby's heart would have developed, and you'd be able to get a reading of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, do note, I have not been allowed into the office at all, and
because of restrictions that are linked to COVID, so everything I just want to have to go in there.
yeah, so she went in, and the OBGYN started to do her examination and said, alright, let's
Blood
go.
work perfect.
Everything
so excited.
perfect. So I'd say, yes,
Many
let's do this.
OBGYNs, alright, everything looks great, blood work look great, all your account look great, let's go have a look. Remember, we're 2 months in at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We were scheduled to hear the baby's heartbeat, right? When we're going, remember say just me, my husband couldn't come in because of restriction. Feel like my shake. One time we're going there, me and the doctor, me have one background in a what me that call it medicine facilities. Me can't read X-ray, me can't read ultrasound because I had to study those things, right? When she went over my womb, I saw gray areas, me see black areas. Me know say where the black area is, me know what's supposed to be there. When she go over it, her eyes, when she start go over my womb, she said her eyes changed, and she said, let's go from another angle. So I think they call it transverse view. The man know a heartbeat we go here. When she go from the other view, we had a hard time finding the sac. Please note we're 2 months in. Eventually we found the sac, and we could have done it from the outside and something. When we found the sac, the first assumption that was made was that we weren't as far as we thought we were, because the development we were supposed to be seeing, we weren't seeing it. The heartbeat that we're supposed to be hearing, we're not hearing any heartbeat. And when me tell you say, me go numb. The doctor is talking to me and it's like me can't hear nothing. Me just completely go numb. And she saw that I froze because he's not allowed to be in there, and he sent to call him. Me completely freeze. Me couldn't talk. He came in excited because he's expecting to hear that.
Yeah, heartbeat and everything is good.
You never see my face look frozen or anything?
You never look like that when you just come here, you know. But you made that a good joke at me and say, oh, you want to hear a joke? Or a funny story or something like that? I don't remember exactly what you said. But in the moment, you're like, you want to hear a funny story? We can't find Munchkin. So I'm like, what do you mean? So you can't.
We can't find the baby.
So at
we
that point,
can't find nothing.
So at that point, I'm there just saying, oh.
Alright, so after them say, so because my OBGYN, we have a really good relationship. Like, she's like a mother, like, to say the least. So she knows to me not tell my family yet, because the thing is normally if we wait until they come out of the first trimester to tell anybody. So me tell her, I said this to my husband, I just really know. And I had to tell my trainer because I did still exercise and so on. So it's always frozen, and the next option was no. Every blood work is good, everything is good. The only thing we have left to do is wait another week, do another blood test, measure a pregnancy hormone, because apparently it's supposed to double every day. There's this particular pregnancy hormone, and it's supposed to double in number every 48 hours. So I had to do 2 blood tests to check the initial reading, and then do another blood test to check if it doubled. Alright, when we did the blood test, the first number was, for example, 12,000 and something. Just call it 12,000. So if it's 12,000 in a 48 hour, it would be 24,000. When we go back with the blood test and figure to the second ultrasound, the number only go by 1,000. 1,000. The from 12,000 got 13,000.
Oh.
I will do about the ultrasound. That time I'm still nauseous and everything, like my body's still in a full-on pregnancy mode. When we go do back here at the ultrasound, still no heartbeat, still no movement, nothing we're supposed to see. But the thing is, I don't know if it's because we were 2 months in, but some persons, if they're experiencing any form of failed pregnancy or what we call a miscarriage, their body usually goes ahead and expel the pregnancy, where them bleed out and them just lose it. My body protect this sac and everything at all costs, so it wasn't letting me go off of it, which meant that we had to make the decision to do what is referred to as a DNC, or uterine evacuation.